Just happened.
No, but would it like a fart in the wind just happens?
I don't
No.
know. Sir.
Nope.
5-6.
Take your hands out of your pocket, step all the way up to the edge.
Yes.
You said Robinson?
Smith, page 32.
Or Mr. Smith, do you have a lawyer today?
Actually, I have some development news. So
No, this isn't, you get to say what you want to say. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. Do you understand?
I'm very aware
You
of that.
need a lawyer to represent you in this case.
At this point, not anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm just not sure about that right now.
That's what I'm saying. If you will let me complete my sentence, the victim stopped me while I was walking home, and she told me that she's dropping the case today, that she's calling the DA today.
If you have contact with this person,
She stopped me.
We
live in the same place.
Put you in jail. Mr. Smith, you are not supposed to have contact with this person, even if they reach out to you. I admonished you of that the last time you were here.
I did, and I followed your order, Your Honor, but she literally stopped me to say that she didn't know that they were arresting me, and that she told the DA that she's not pursuing any charges on the case and that she's going to call to drop the case. That's literally what she told me.
Part of no contact do you not understand,
She
sir?
came to me.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Mr. Smith,
Your Honor, she works in the leasing office. My roof is leaking inside of my closet, so I had to go in there regardless to speak to them anyway. But while I was in there, she stopped me, literally.
Mr. Smith, you need a lawyer to represent you.
Okay.
Do you have a lawyer today?
No, sir, give me 30 more days and I'll have a lawyer.
This is your last reset. And if you ever have contact with this person again, I will revoke your bond and I'm going to make it sky high. I don't care if she stops you, she emails, text messages. Do you understand, Mr. Smith?
Yes, sir.
This is not a laughing matter.
It's not a laughing matter at all, Your Honor. I take it very seriously. But I'm also very aware that the 260,000 cases of which people being sexually assaulted and that got swept under the rug, how this is just being elevated and it's not that serious.
You go to jail for 180 days. I bet you think it's serious. You have 30 days, sir. That's it. Sepulveda? Francisco Sepulveda, come up.
I have the enchilada platter with 2 tacos and no guacamoles, Mike.
Yeah, Chief. I'll take a chinchilla.
Mr. Sepulveda, you were on bond for a theft. You've now picked up another case while you're on bond, a failure to identify oneself while you were a fugitive from justice. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
This was on May 5th, 2024. Officers were dispatched to a theft in progress and arrived on the scene at 21:05 hours. Upon arrival, the officers detained the defendant for theft of services at La Tapatía Mexican restaurant. The defendant consumed a meal at the restaurant and walked past all points of sale without paying his bill of $93.10. The defendant didn't have any form of identification and refused to give any information. Defendant was APHIS ID with an open Harris County warrant for larceny, misdemeanor theft, more than 100 or less than 750, and the failure to appear out of your court here.
So wait.
They found the warrant, they saw the warrant.
I know, but what name did he give?
He refused to give any information.
Oh, he just flat out refused to give any information. Okay. Mr. Sepulveda, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. You were given yet another PR bond on your theft case. I don't think so. Not over and over and over. He goes with you. Come up, Mr. Johnson. Hey, take a seat for me in the jury box, sir. Yeah, but who's this gentleman? Yes, Sepulveda, but who's?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Mr. Martin's secret card.
Page 30.
Yes, ma'am.
got it.
Repeat your signature.
Your name.
Ramon, are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
He's not a citizen, Judge, he's a resident, but he's not a citizen, so you just have to use some precaution here.
So you are a resident, is that right? You realize that the more criminal cases you pick up, the higher likelihood you have of them revoking that residency. Do you understand? So you have a prior theft that was dismissed in 1996, an evading arrest in a motor vehicle in 1996, another theft in 96, assault, bodily injury in 1999, 2004 was your first DWI, 2009 DWI second, 2011 bribery, 2016 driving while intoxicated third offense, 2018 assault of a family member, and now in 23 and 24 you've picked up a theft and a failure to ID. When does it stop, Mr. Sepulveda? Is it prison when it's going to finally stop? Is that what we need to do to get you to protect you from yourself, Mr. Sepulveda? You now stand charged with theft and failure to identify oneself to a peace officer. You're facing up to 6 months in jail on the theft and up to a year on the failure to identify oneself. What are we doing today, Mr. Den?
Time's up, Judge. I'm going to dismiss the failure to ID.
Understand that you're now pleading guilty to the theft case. Do you know what happens if you pick up another theft? You will now be charged with a felony offense. For a pack of gum you steal, you will be looking at years in custody. No more days, years. And with your priors, it could probably enhance you to a very long and stiff sentence. Do you understand, Mr. Sepulveda?
And Judge, may the record reflect that I informed Mr. Sepulveda that this is my first appointment with him. I had not had an opportunity to review the video. I informed him that, and he said that he wants to plead guilty. I don't want me to do the proper discovery research.
Is this in fact true, Mr. Sepulveda? Do you want to plead guilty today?
Look at me, sir. Do you want to plead guilty to this? You will be released, but you will have to.
And more importantly, Mr. Sepulveda, like I said, the more criminal cases you pick up, they're building blocks, and they build to bigger, greater, longer sentences to where at some point you end up in prison. Because that's what happens when you continue to pick up criminal cases. Prosecutors get the idea, well, this guy just not getting it. Perhaps 2 to 3 years in prison might get him to think twice about stealing a pack of gum or a plate of enchiladas. Is this what you want to do today? You were doing this.
Yes.
You were doing this freely and voluntarily.
Yes.
You give up many rights, sir. You give up, you can call me ma'am, sir, I don't care.
Yes, sir.
My only issue is I want you to be very, very aware that with your 15 priors that you have now, it could very well, next case you land or you pick up, could very well land you in prison for a very stiff sentence. That's the only thing I'm trying to impart to you because I don't think you get it so far.
Swipe or no swiping?
Yes, sir.
You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you are stuck with this forever. This isn't Target where you can return something because you don't like it. Once you plead guilty to something, it stays on your record and it's there even after you die. You understand, Mr. Sepulveda? How do you plead to the offense of theft? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
For purposes of the record, today is May 13th, 2024. It's approximately 11:17 in the morning. And John Dixon has been appointed to represent Mr. Sepulveda. Mr. Sepulveda was on bond for a theft from October of 2023, had taken off and had an arrest warrant out, and he was recently picked up when he picked up a new case of failure to identify oneself while being a fugitive from justice. And for purposes of the record, Mr. Sepulveda wants to plead guilty, and the plea bargain is a plea on the theft. They will dismiss the failure to identify oneself. And this is going against the advice of counsel. But Mr. Sepulveda has indicated that you still want to go through with this plea bargain. Is that right? You still want to plead guilty to the offense, right? Okay. So how do you plead to the offense? Guys, keep it down, please. I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement and I will sentence you to 4 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 4 days that you've done. Like I said, this will go on your record. The next theft case you pick up, you will be charged with a felony, sir. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And your other case will be dismissed on motion of the state. Always a pleasure. Hey, what's new, man?
Swipe or no swiping? Swipe or no swiping? Swipe or no swiping?